Good evening and welcome to Mike Dub 27 Day Trader. And today we are going to be looking at something new, and that is Bitfarms. Reason why is because Bitfarm just made a pretty substantial move. Within 1 week, September the 5th, it went from $1.25 to $2.23. That's a 78.36% hike. And this is one of those stocks that it's affordable now. And it moves along with it used to move along with crypto, but now they're starting to become very self-sustained. Now I talked about it a little bit in my last video, but in particular, what I want to pay attention to real quick, or take your attention to, is the fact that the market cap just went up 1.14 billion. It was just at 900 something million. Overnight, it went up to 1.14 billion. I was able to catch this a little early. I was able to catch it at $1.59. I'm definitely going to sit with it for a little bit and just see if it meets that target balance that it's supposed to be headed to, which is I want to say $2.50. And it may even overreach it after that. But I'm definitely there for the $2.50 mark. Now, 100% rating right here. We can see Joe Greenblatt has a closed position, 20,737 shares. But the big news is right here. Crypto-related stocks, including Galaxy Digital, Circle Internet, and Bitfarms, posted double-digit gains on Thursday as Bitcoin hit 114,000. Now, the reason why that's important is they're talking about Bitcoin could possibly hit 200,000. Now, that's neither here nor there. It may hit 200,000 in like 4 years. The fact of the matter is, I just care about it hitting 150,000 or 120,000, because if it was able to take this type of hike right here, just from going to 111,000 to 114,000, and it was just at 120,000 earlier this year, that's a lot of potential. Matter of fact, let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. All right, Bitcoin right now, and it's still going up 115,000. That's where Bitcoin was 1 week ago. 110,000. That was that dip right there. Even went as low as 108,000. But either way, 1 week ago, Bitcoin was at 108,000. It's making a power move right now to be able to get up to 115,000 that fast. And with that moving, we can see that the proverbial picks and shovels are moving right along with it. That being the crypto mining companies, such as Bitfarms, and many others. They may have them laid down here. You got Bit Digital, Hive, and a couple of other ones that aren't really down here. But the fact of the matter is, we're seeing some major moves. And the crazy thing about it is they're still not even making a lot of money yet. Price to earnings ratio is still negative 11.74, and they're making moves like that. Now let's look at the history of Bitfarms. Go all the way back. At one point in time, Bitfarms was at $8.58. And of course, that was 2021, and crypto was taking over the world. So we could definitely see how that could happen. Now, of course, hopefully we don't have another pandemic that'll cause everybody be at home trying to like rush crypto and stuff like that. But fact of the matter is, we can see the potential. No, even hitting somewhere as a $5 would be crazy. Now, of course, I'm not a financial advisor. These are just opinions right here. If you really want to get into the details of it, please go see a financial advisor. But the fact of the matter is, this thing started at $4, and that was back in 2021. So it's a reasonably new stock. And we definitely see that a lot of these mining companies, they are making some serious moves. We can even take a look at Hive, for instance. Hive is another one that works with the blockchain, 100% analyst rating, because a lot of the analysts are thinking the same thing when it comes to these crypto mining companies. Hive was just at $3.21 this morning and went up to $3.54. So we can see right there, we're making some serious moves. You know, and it's one of those where, with that being said, if I were to just now get into this and I hadn't got into it back when it was at 159, I I would definitely wait for a pullback. I would definitely wait for this to probably pull back, $2 or somewhere under $2 before I got in, just because psychologically, you don't want to get in at 223 and then you see the pullback and then you start panicking because your money, even though it's obviously going in the right direction, it makes you feel a lot better when you wait for that pullback. You know what I mean? So I would definitely wait until it at least fell back at least about 20 cents before I got back in. And you know how how stocks go. It goes up, then it goes down about 10 cent, goes up, goes back down about 15 cent, then goes up again. It's a steady incline. It's like a staircase, which is really what you're looking for in the first place, a staircase. If we look at the candlesticks, we can definitely see right here that it was doing good, even though it had some bullish behavior right here between 1105 and 310. The shorts were definitely getting stomped out. And this actually happened at 5:30 p.m. And that's always cool when you go to check your stocks and it makes a big run, after hours, because nobody can sell. But with that being said, you better believe that tomorrow morning at 9:30, the people who are just day trading this, all of their automatic sales are going to hit, which means it's probably going to pull back down before it goes back up even more so. So that'd definitely be a good time to probably get in. I would definitely wait till 9:30 after all those auto sales happen and it does that pullback, making it nice and affordable for everybody. But yep, we can definitely see some strong movement right here. Good MACD right here. RSI was steady. Everything's looking good. Now, of course, I know some of y'all are probably still like, well, what's going on with Lucid? We can take a look at Lucid real quick before I get off. If we go down here, I got a couple shares of Chewy. I saw that dip too. Chewy probably gonna go up about $5. I'll make a quick little chunk of chain off of it as soon as goes back to normal. Chewy's making some moves, by the way. Nerd Wallet just went IPO today. Matter of fact, before I get to Lucid, Nerd Wallet just went IPO today. I want to say, did it go IPO today? No, it went IPO back in 221. Somebody went IPO today. I don't know what's going on with Nerd Wallet. Why do I have Nerd Wallet here? I think because it made a drop. I think that was what it was. Nerd Wallet made a big drop. I think at one point in time it was at like 1037, then it went up to 1073. I was like, but somebody went IPO today. Oh well, let's go ahead and head on Instacart. That was it. Instacart went IPO today. I thought so. Okay, I'm just completely wrong. I don't know what's going on with the world. Thought they went IPO today. Well, anyhow, somebody went IPO today, and they're obviously doing good. So let's go down here to Lucid. Lucid is at $19.82. So that was a nice little jump at 920. It was at 1950. Soon as 930 hit, it jumped up to $20.20. And then of course you had that pullback. Them shorts came in. Oh, they were angry. They were probably in there trying to sell everything under the water. But I think somebody put in some real money because they could not keep it down. That thing went back up and hit $20.22 again. I don't know what it is about the Lucid hate. I think some of the Tesla cronies think that Lucid's gonna come in and take away all their business. But this doesn't look good for the shorts right here. I don't look good for the shorts at all. Now, I'm the type of person, I talk my little trash about Lucid and everything. But I also got to give them their props when they're doing something good because it is a good vehicle. And a lot of the Lucid haters, they can't say anything negative about the vehicle. They just say something negative about the stock. And then, of course, after 4:30, everything kind of goes back to normal. But yeah, they made a big move from $19.57 to $20.19. Let me see. The market cap went back up. It was at 5 billion and some change. Now it's back up to 6.11 billion. So there's a difference there. Let's see if we can see who the big buyers were. It doesn't really say. Looks like the Saudis are the ones that are pumping it back up, though. We look at the insiders. Insiders still selling. Yeah, so it looks like the Saudis, man. They were ready for it to go back up, and it went up. I think as soon as they can finally get this sell less than the buy, it'll probably make some big moves. But as of now, it's still going to be a task for Lucid to get back to over $21, which I want to say is where it was at before the reverse stock split. That'll be like that $2 mark. No, 22. That's it. It was at that $2 mark. So it'll go. Actually, no. I want to say if you do was it a 20-1 or a 20-2 or something like that, or a 10-1 stock split, then yeah, $21. That'll be back to where it was initially before everything just dropped. So anyhow, those are just some interesting stocks to look at. Keep Lyft on your mind too. They got a nice little dip, and you know Lyft ain't going anywhere. Don't know why I have this here. Zenta Group, it's down 27.63%. It doesn't make any sense why I have this here. Probably get rid of this. But yeah, so don't forget to like, don't forget to follow, and make sure you this was the IPO that happened this week. Yeah, and that went up to 418 and then it dropped. So let me go ahead and get this out of here. Don't want that in there. I may accidentally buy it. All right. So yeah, Mike Dub 27 Day Trader. Don't forget to like, don't forget to follow him out. Deuces.